Hey guys, thanks for joining me. This is playing the guitar for complete beginners, lesson number 2. Okay, so in the last video, we were just looking at power chords and moving them up and down the fretboard to create every named chord there is. We started with E, with no first finger on there at all, just using the open E, and then using the first finger to name the chords and adding the third finger just to make it sound pretty. We basically covered every power chord. Now, if you didn't look at this video, please stop watching this one now and go back and watch my first video. And I hope you did your homework and you've started to drop that first finger down really low to cover all the strings. And this is going to take us into the second lesson beautifully, because what we're going to do on this one is learn how to bar chord. So, there are two ways we can look at this, okay? So first of all, when we play an E major chord, you can think of this white nut across the guitar as already barring for you. Think of it as a finger going across the strings. So one way of looking at how to bar a major chord is basically substituting the other fingers over. So you're using the third, the fourth and the second fingers to do an E major chord. Copy what this nut's doing with your first finger and then move it up. Now that's now an F major chord. Now, it's derived from just pushing the E major chord up and then bringing the nut up with your first finger. That's all you're doing now. Or you can think of it like there's the power chord of F. So if you can do the power chord of F, add on the fourth finger right underneath on this fourth string, and now the second finger adds onto the third string, and then you can see your E major shape. And there's your full bar chord, okay? Now move this chord around all over the place now, and this will give you every major chord that there is on the whole of the guitar, going from E to F, G, A, H, or blah blah blah, all the way up to the 12th position. Of course, with this you can take off the second finger, and there's your minor chord, okay? Just like it comes from the E major, and take off the first finger, and there's your E minor. So these bar chords are deriving from the basic E major and the E minor shapes. It's really quite basic. Now, you might think this is quite tricky to do, and you try it and your strings sound a bit muffled and you can't push hard enough. Here's some tips for you. First of all, try to keep that first finger so straight it's crazy, okay? And also try to even keep it straight with the back of your hand. Just like so. I hope the camera's picking that up. It might be worth raising the guitar neck up on a slight angle like a classical player would, just to keep it even straighter. Make sure you're coming on that fret, and you can even slightly bend the finger around, curve it around so you're more of the bone of the finger, not on the fat of the finger. Okay, that's a good tip. Of course here, the fourth finger for me is almost over position, sliding onto the next fret. It's just on the fret wire with the weight just below. The third finger then sits on it perfectly. They should be touching. Notice that they're even touching by the knuckle too, and then the second finger's all free. Use your shoulder to pull back as hard as you can, so you don't strangle the neck of the guitar and give yourself any muscle cramps just here, okay? So use a combination of elbow, slight squeeze, and your shoulder to pull back, okay? Like I said, lift the neck of the guitar up so you get that bar chord really, really clear. So if this chord is still giving you trouble, have patience. It could take a long time. It could take a few weeks to get this chord sounding good. But bear in mind, if you're already playing your power chords from the first video and they're sounding perfect, and you've dropped that first finger, by the time you add your fourth finger and the second finger, you've only got 2 notes that are left, that are new notes. The first and the second string, okay? So all you have to remember to do is just push as hard as you can with the palm of your hand as well to get these 2 strings sounding nice and clear. And if they don't, it's not the end of the world. You can always just don't play them so hard. Now when you play the minor, of course, I would personally put the second finger on top of the first finger to get that extra squeeze out of them. Then that third string will come out just like so, okay? The minor is obviously harder than the major. But anyway, that's enough for you guys to be getting on with. You should now be able to play every chord, major and minor, using bar chords from the E right up to the E on the 12th position and the minor too. Okay, hope that's helped you, and I'll make another video very shortly going into suspended chords, fourth finger movement, and maybe even using your thumb to play these chords as well, which is a really great Hendrix trick. Just like so, okay? Great, catch you next time. Look forward to seeing you all then. Bye.